Good evening. It is Wednesday, December 10th, and this is the meeting of the Templeton, Mass Board of Health. It is 7 o'clock. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we need to review the minutes of July 28th.
It looks good to me.
Need to make a motion.
Make a motion to the minute.
And I will second it.
Hey, all in favor?
Yay.
And our communicable disease report.
Gonna hand this down to Laura.
Laura.
Laura?
So just to give you guys, and I know I haven't been around a lot, I am back. So with communicable diseases, we are looking at, I always check the COVID-19 just to keep in touch. For the last 2 weeks, there were recorded 8 molecular tests and 1 was positive. And that positive was in a nursing home and they were immediately isolated and it hasn't gone any further.
Okay.
I'm sure people are hearing about Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox. Massachusetts, between August 1st and October 1st, had the majority of 34 cases happen. It's very contagious. If you any kind of a strange blistery rash, you're going to want to go see your doctor. It comes with fever, chills, swollen lymph nodes, exhaustion, aches, headache, respiratory issues. But it's really the rash that gives it away. And 2 of those were in Worcester, but we haven't had anything in this area or the surrounding towns. I just want to throw out there, ticks are still kind of active. They don't really hibernate anymore. So if you're out in the
Yeah.
woods, just make sure you check yourself. Don't be thinking that you,
I'm getting a Christmas tree before.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. West Nile virus and EEE, we've had really good freezing. You don't have to worry about that right now. And otherwise, epidemiology has been pretty quiet. So nothing else to catch you up on there.
Excellent. All right. And then the closed landfill. Oh, did you have a question? I'm
No.
sorry. All right.
I'm
Closed-
sorry, I apologize.
Okay. Closed landfill maintenance update.
So with the landfill, we did have our annual inspection. Mark Popham is the engineer that goes out there and does the work for us. And he has provided us with the information and the report, which will need to be signed, voted on and signed.
Yep.
We are well below the limits that are set. What we have been doing is with our Department of Public Works and the Water Department, they helped our department clean out the swale. All the brush has been pulled, everything was chipped and carted away. So that looks really good. We've been working on the beaver issues. We have been able to break through and remediate some of the flooding that was happening down there. I still think we have 2 monitoring wells out of the 5 that we have that will probably need to be replaced. But I can update you on that as we go along. For this year, the landfill is done. It'll be in the spring that we start looking at that again. And we'll just make sure that we'll either have to somehow fix the ones that are there or have 2 new ones drilled. So we'll figure that out as we go. And I think I gave you all a copy
of-
of
yeah.
Mark's letter.
Yep.
Okay. So if you're comfortable with the report, and I did post it online, scanned it and posted it on my town government for anybody who wants to read it. There's 3 places for you to sign, Jane, so that we can turn it into Mass DEP, but you'll need to take a vote on it.
Right, okay. Anybody have any questions on it?
No.
It's probably more your expertise, Earl, but I know Mark does a great
Yeah,
job. so-
Mark's whatever.
Yep.
That he.
He does a good job.
Yeah, he does. All right, I would make a motion to accept.
I will second the motion.
Right. All in favor? Excellent.
Okay, so I marked where we need signatures, and once that's signed, I'll scan that and put it on the website too.
Okay.
Right, I write really hard.
I was gonna say you do. I
You-
can hear you. I think it's just the table, to be honest.
Agree.
The aggression.
Hmm. Yeah, you can hear me signing too if my, it's not on top of more paper. All right, great. All right, moving along to the Bridge Street issues, abandoned house, trash and debris.
So we have 3 properties that need attention. And as you know, funding can be an issue and we're trying to complete. I've got a couple on Forest Street that we're currently working on. And I did miss quite a bit of work, so this is going to have to be resumed. Next week I will head out to Bridge Street. We have an overflowing dumpster that was supposed to be emptied last week. And from what I'm hearing, it didn't happen. We still have a house over there, that's abandoned. And I made contact. I sent a letter to the owners of that property and received no response. So the only thing I can really do is I can let the Attorney General's office know that we have another abandoned house. And would they like to look at it for the receivership program?
Okay,
So I can do that. I can start that process. I had asked the owners to at least board it up to prevent people from going inside, and I know that none of that happened.
okay,
And the other one at the beginning of Bridge Street, with the junk and debris in the yard, that the only way that's going to change is if we take that to court. So until I finish Forest Street, we've been doing them one at a time, but the house on Bridge Street would be the next one in line
okay.
as far as the junk and debris goes. And I know these processes take a very long time. The abandoned house will probably move fairly quickly after the AG's office does a title search and contacts the owners. And there may be movement at that point. Sometimes they do.
Okay,
People don't in general want to have to lose a house. So sometimes we get,
more response that way.
yeah, yeah. So I'll start that next week.
Thank you. Any questions?
No.
Okay,
I have to think about that for a second.
I was like, I was watching.
I'm reading
going,
ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
okay.
I apologize.
All right. And we went lithium battery storage, Earl.
Okay, this was sent to me by somebody else. And it was suggested that we have a bylaw in town to prohibit ever having a lithium battery storage in town.
Okay,
The reason being is between Barry, the watershed and everything that's
Yep.
going on over there and the amount of fighting that they had done I, don't quote me because I'm not sure. I want to say Ocam's involved in this now.
It is.
And I don't know if Petersham is or not, but some of the towns, surrounding towns had put a bylaw and they have the language and everything. And I thought I thought I could forward it to you, but apparently I can't.
Okay,
It's just for future, just so that we never have to go through them saying, like, for example, had they bought Temple Stewart and said, guess what we're gonna put here?
right, right.
We can cut it off before we even, so we don't have to get to that point where we're fighting a multi-billion-dollar corporation to store their
So
whatever.
Can you print it, Earl?
I don't even know. I'm gonna see if I can
if
find
it
it.
was Ocam, I can go out there and pull it, or Barry, or Peterson.
It was a town had already written bylaw.
If
Let
you
me,
think about
let me
it,
see if I can find, yeah, because it's.
okay,
that one.
because you can just text me and I can go pull it out.
Yeah,
So to update you, as you know, I work with the planning board too. The planning board is looking at the citizens petitions, but there needs to be more language in it. In January, we'll be having 2 meetings to discuss the zoning bylaw. And with that, we're looking at batteries, data centers, multiple different businesses that would contribute to that same fuel storage and things like that. So the planning board is actually very interested in working and writing it right the first time and making it part of the zoning bylaws. So that's coming up. I'm sorry, I just whacked it, the microphone. So we'll put a notice out to households for anybody who wants to participate, the whole Temple Stewart thing and that whole, the
yeah, I
group.
was trying to get around the whole. Just write a bylaw and not go through all the,
Not get something.
not get all tangled up in who's pushing who. Who'll do this, just.
Yeah, and-
That says a bylaw, which in the interest of the town,
Mhm.
as opposed to getting all wrapped up in the committees and this and that and the other thing.
Unfortunately,
Board.
anything that has to do with zoning.
Oh,
has
no,
to
I
go through
understand that,
planning
I'm
board.
just saying, but just give them a worded copy and say.
And that's
"This is
what,
we want,
yes,
This is what we, and
Yes.
obviously with your guys' approval, I wouldn't just run this by Lori, but
Yeah,
everybody
no.
take a look at it and say, yeah, this makes good
Makes
sense.
good sense to us. Yep.
And then go from there.
Yeah.
And just make our own little proposal and
agreed.
in the interest of the town. And just-
Okay.
Because from what I understand, they're going through a heck of a time out there
I'm sure,
and
I'm sure.
citizens can do a lot, but the amount of money behind it is incredible.
It is. I think that we can definitely, why reinvent the wheel when somebody else has
Right.
already written it? That's how I approached it the last time. And I have no problem with approaching it that way again.
Yeah.
So,
Plus it'll save us maybe some legal fees or whatever, so we don't have to rewrite.
Yep.
it. Exactly.
okay,
That was my.
so I'll work
suggestion and my
with you on
proposal.
that.
I don't
Sure.
know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I will try to get was forwarded to me, the exact thing, and I put it somewhere. And I can't remember where, and I can't retrieve it somehow.
Well, you're younger than I am, I think. So I do that all the time. I put it somewhere and then
Yeah, I'm also computer illiterate. So.
Oh, no, you're not. So, okay, thank you for that. And yes, I definitely think we would all be in agreement for that, so.
Mhm.
Right, and then move on to disseminate open meeting law complaint against myself.
What did you do?
Do you want me to go?
Go ahead, Laurie, thank you.
Okay, so this is a correct open meeting law violation. You and I already talked about it.
Mhm.
We can't say you could be and you know,
Yeah.
you needed to represent yourself as a resident or as a dental hygienist who is very involved. Unfortunately, we didn't have any meetings after July a lot because of my health, a lot because we were looking for different dates to accommodate the change with the select board,
yeah.
which we don't mind. That's
No. That was-
not an issue. So we didn't have any meetings in between then and the fall town meeting. And I know you're very passionate about what you do, and I'm sure you weren't even thinking when you said it, because normally your Board of Health does vote.
Right.
And so there were a lot of things involved. But this is correct. So my suggestion is that you and I do a training together
Mhm.
on open meeting law. I have I'll give you this, and I'll give you some time to be able to review it.
Okay.
And then you and I can talk about it. And in the meantime, you and I can talk about dates that you and I can get, I keep saying you and I,
You and I, that's fine.
we can get together. I can put a letter together for Ms. Toth explaining what we're going to do. Actually do it, give some dates. That letter will also go to the Attorney General's office for their file. And we'll just make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Yes.
And that's the whole point.
Yep, and I apologize to both Laura and Earl. We did not speak
For what?
or speaking and say I was representing the Board of Health. And I think it was more that since 2011, the Board of Health has not changed their stance on how they support fluoride. And I got up and I said I was representing the Board of Health as well as myself and BOMAC, which is the Better Oral Health Council of Coalition of Massachusetts,
Mhm.
which is where I first heard about the warrant. But I didn't speak to either of you about it, and we hadn't had a meeting prior to that, so I realized I should not have said I was representing the Board of Health. But I won't do that again, and I'm very happy to sit with Lori and go over these. I am well aware of the open meeting law. Thank you. Thank you.
It
Won't
happens.
Happen again. Yes, I wasn't thinking properly. I do get pretty passionate about.
And that
the
does
benefit.
happen.
Yeah.
I know that Mr. Machete had, I went through this with the planning board too, when it was out of passion that what happened with him happened. He used some very strong words, and we worked through it and did some training, and hasn't happened again.
Okay,
So
I apologize.
I'm sure we'll get the same results with you.
Yeah, I'm pretty easy.
Yeah.
All right, and then next meeting, what day of the week is January 6th?
I'm sorry, I believe it is did we decide on Tuesdays?
I'm hoping it's a 6th because
We didn't decide on anything.
we didn't decide.
Yeah.
We know it's not on a Monday anymore,
January 6th is a Tuesday.
and that works fine for me.
And you had said you were just an open book
An
with
open
your
book.
days.
No Thursdays.
No Thursdays, no.
I got plans Thursday.
You know Thursdays.
Laura, at this time, are you okay with Tuesdays? Okay.
All right.
My boyfriend just sent me a picture of us on YouTube, so I'm just laughing at that, sorry.
Where the hell? Tuesdays.
He's watching.
Oh,
And I honestly had, you said earlier, it's been since July.
yeah.
Yeah. Didn't even
That,
realize that.
I had to look and see, because I had no idea. I'm like, no, sir, we had one in September.
Yeah, I was having a little bit of a rough time, so I apologize for that.
But that and
But I'm
just
back.
having to change, and thank you. We're glad you're back, Lori.
Yes.
And changing the day. And I know they had offered the first Monday, but I have a meeting every first Monday except for March. So that doesn't work.
As long as you guys are okay
So
with
Tuesday
Tuesday,
is
I can
fine.
make it work.
Yep. You
Okay.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as somebody texts me and reminds me.
Yes.
We'll try to be better about that.
Yeah, that.
Not a lot going on up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all do, Earl, we all do.
Yeah.
So Any other? Anything else anybody wants to bring up?
Motion to adjourn?
I